Hi, Peterson. I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. Hey, you guys, welcome in for this weekly edition of my Tuesday Talks. But today we have very special guests that I'm bringing you today because it's my birthday. And I invited my friends, thank you, to come hang out and share with you guys some words of wisdom about getting older and getting older as a female boss, a female entrepreneur, as ambitious women, like what we have looking forward to, what we have going on. And I'm really hoping that you'll come away inspired and motivated and ready to kick ass, because that's how I always feel on my birthday. And actually, hi, Christine. Thank you for popping in. If you guys are watching live, type live. And if you're watching the replay, type replay. Thank you so much for watching the replay, because then I know that like you really wanted to watch, plus the ones coming live too. And also let me know where you're watching from, because we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and in my private group, Fit and Confident Moms. So tell me where you're watching from, because one, this helps me so much because it tells the algorithm gods out there that, ooh, something is hopping and popping on Rose's live. You need to know about it because people are commenting and dropping hearts. So make sure you guys do that. All right. Yes, super excited. So on my birthday, I have to warn you two things. One, I get really emotional. So if I cry, it is what it is. That just happens. Okay. And I used to apologize for crying, but I'll just let one of you guys take over if I get into an episode. And also I love being around people on my birthday. So that's why I brought my friends in for you guys to hang out in. I see people coming in. So say hello. We got some viewers on here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Coach Rose Peterson, and I am founder of RP Fitness and Nutrition. I'm a weight loss mentor for women over 35, and I help them shed the weight holding them back from leveling up in life, love, and business. And I want to introduce you to my friends. Okay, this is not in like whatever order. Well, maybe I should. Should I go in order so people aren't confused? But I guess it has like your name on there so people can. Okay, I'm going to go in my email order because I might mess this up if I try to go in. So we have Joy Hoover. Yay, Joy. So cool, because you guys, I met Joy about a year ago by way of Ashley. She was our connector, and I immediately knew I wanted to be friends with her. Like, just look at your style, your glasses, and I'm like, oh my God. And then we were in both networking circles that I like saw you from afar, and I was so nerdy. And I think I told you this story already, you, Ashley, and Joy, that I was like, oh my God, I got to know that person because she's so cool looking. And then finally, like, Ashley brought us together. I'm like, oh my God, it was meant to be. I get to actually meet this person. Because Joy, I've seen you twice before we actually met. So boo-hoo on me for not having the guts to saying hi and being like crazy and shy. But Joy is, hold on, we got to get your, see, I knew I was going to have to like toggle between screens and be like, I need two computers. So that's what I should get for my birthday. So Joy is wife and mama and a women's safety activist, inventor, founder, and CEO of SOS Cosmetics. Can we just round applause about that? Oh my gosh. So, and you guys are going to hear about this lipstick revolution later today. I can't wait for you to hear Joy's story. But she is founder and CEO, partner to her husband of 16 years, and mama to
almost
two
18 now.
How much?
Almost 18, married.
Oh, almost 18
together, almost 20. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations. That's amazing. Joy's goal is to empower others through her personal journey of social entrepreneurship. Joy and her family have had the privilege of holding space with folks working in the adult industry and those who have been sex trafficked They've been working in the space for over 10 years. They are honored to stand in solidarity and link arms with this important and valuable community. Joy's core belief is that every person has inherent dignity and is worthy of respect. So thank you so much for being here, Joy.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
You are a true Taurus.
Am I?
Bringing us all together. I don't know that much about it, but from what you said today, like that is bringing people together is your skill.
Sherry shared that post with me, and she's like, "This is perfect for today." And I was like, "Oh my god!" I guess astrology is like right on sometimes. And the part that I like identify as a Taurus is like they're very luxurious, like they like nice things. And I was like, oh, I do like nice things. And also, what's the other thing? I don't know. I'm loyal. Loyal is another Taurus trait. And then the Taurus sign is the bull. So it takes a lot for me to get mad, but once I get there, it's like, watch out. So, all right. So Ashley Burney in the house.
Hey guys.
She is the founder and president of Heart to Heart LLC, a media events, products, and consulting platform focused on empowering, motivating, and uplifting women and the community. She is the visionary for Your Bold is Beautiful, which is an amazing event. And if you have not been to one of those events, you need to get on the email list to be notified of all of her events, okay? Ashley is known for her infectious energy, yes, creating a safe space to enlighten and empower individuals to be bold in their truth. She's also a motivational speaker. I mean, that's why been attracted to Ashley is this first time that I heard you speak, Ashley, was one of your events. I was like, I need to be near her. I love her energy, the magnetism, what you put out there, and it's so authentic. See, now I'm off script a little bit, but that's okay. And she's just so awesome. She engages through events, interviews, consulting. Additionally, she has partnered with organizations and schools to further their mission, impacting their lives in the community through mentoring and events. That is another big part of what you do, Ashley, is I don't think a lot of people know about how you mentor youth in our community, and that is just amazing. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it. And happy birthday. The whole month, the whole year. Look, I don't know. The older we get, it don't turn into a day. It's not a day no more. It's a week, month, the whole season. You know what I mean? So yeah. I wouldn't miss it.
Aw, thank you so much. We have Janessa says, hi, Jen. So I guess I should, oh, and hi, Rose, that too. So I should introduce Jen. So we have Jen Javier, which by the way, I love this mix of people. Like everyone is so unique and different. I love it so much. And I want everyone to know who my friends are. So yeah. So anyway, so Jen and I met at Las Vegas Barbell, which I'm like so grateful that we met, and she's in my circle. She is a strength and weightlifting coach. She's been involved in the sport of Olympic weightlifting since 2010. I did not know it was that long. That's crazy. Crazy. 2010, and have competed in a number of national meets as a master's athlete. You have over 15 years of experience training and teaching in fitness, strength training, and the weightlifting space. You've worked with a variety of people of all sizes and abilities, and your passion is you love helping women create positive and loving relationships with their bodies through building strength, and you believe that strength training is for everybody. Yes, welcome, Jen.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you're here.
Me too.
So fun fact, I recently retired from one-on-one training. And so now Maria trains with Jen, who it's been like the best meeting. I was like, we're going to have lunch. You guys are going to love each other, and it's going to be amazing. So now you guys are, yes, good. I'm so glad it's been fun. Okay, so since I mentioned Maria, So Maria, her and I met by way of another friend, and as soon as I talked to you, we hit it off, and we have a lot in common, which is crazy. So training with her we developed a really great friendship. We know each other so well. And I just love thinking and talking with you because I'm like, we just click. And that's why like I knew you'd click so well with Jen. And I love hearing your story, your entrepreneurship story. And I think that more people need to hear from you because it's very inspirational. You're just so busy. We just have to nail you down for 2 seconds. I keep telling her that one of these days she's going to mentor my 14-year-old who wants to be a chef and open her own restaurant one day. So Maria, after high school, you moved to Vegas, and oh my God, this is so interesting. I did not know this about you. You were working at that time at the Daily Chicken and Bakery. Where is that? Is that in LA?
No, it was here. It was what used to be Stefano's. My brother and I rebranded it a few years into working with my uncle. That's how
So it used to be called the Daily Chicken.
Yeah. When he opened it up, it was a rotisserie spot and a bakery that did like Middle Eastern bread, savory and sweet pastries, stuff like that. And over the time, we realized that's not the market. Vegas doesn't want that. And we became Stefano's.
That's real. Okay. Yes. We're going to have to hear more about that because that your rebranding, you guys did amazing. So when it was the Daily Chicken and Bakery, you went to school to be a pharmacist. So her and I have like pharmacy stories because we were both pharmacy technicians growing up. So that's funny. Like, I'm like, what? I worked at a pharmacy too.
Yeah.
And I also thought I wanted to be a pharmacist. And thank God we didn't do that. So anyway, in 2004, I decided I no longer wanted to do that. You went to UNLV for food and beverage management, and you started working at the restaurant full time. And over a 2-year period, you and your brother rebranded the family restaurant to Stefano's Greek and Mediterranean Grill, updated the menu to what it is today, and over the last 20 years have grown to 4 locations. Thank you so much for being here.
You were worried you're going to cry. I might just
cry. So thank you for being here and celebrating with me. And I just,
of course, I wouldn't miss it.
So amazing. Okay. Sorry, Sherry. I didn't mean to leave you last. And I know you're probably very self-conscious about that. You're like, oh my God, I'm last. But Sherry is my sister-in-law for many of you guys that don't know that. She's married to my brother, Steve. They have 3 girls. She's almost 40. She's 39. And she's a new business owner, which we're going to make you talk about today. She loves trying things and wants to manifest manifest what was your fears into new and exciting parts of your life. Oh, I love that so much. For those of you guys that don't know, Sherry works behind the scenes for me. We brought her on, was it 2 years ago?
3
years ago. Now. Okay. And I would not be where I am today without Sherry. So thank you so much, Sherry, for saying yes to my crazy, like, what do you think about helping me a little? Her helping me a little ended up being like helping a lot because I could not run this business without her. And I call her, we change her title frequently, which I'm sorry I do that too, because I'm like, okay, now you should be this. But like, what did we settle on last? My client success coach.
Yes.
Success coach, because she makes sure that my clients are having an amazing experience by not only being a support person to my clients, but my support person too, because they would not have an amazing experience without having a great back end and someone who keeps me organized. So thank you so much. And she shares so much value and wisdom to my clients because she was my first coaching client in 2018. I was like, I think I want to actually do this as a business. Do you want to train with me? And you and Steve were my first 2 clients. And they used to come to my house, you guys, at 5 a.m. to train.
Yeah.
They were dedicated and they did it. They did the thing.
That was our season of life back then. Yeah.
Yes.
We were motivated enough to wake up that early.
Oh my gosh.
Can I say real quick, Rose?
Yes.
Happy birthday. I love you.
Thank you.
Over the last 3-4 years, I've gotten to know you more. And I can say you're not only my sister-in-law, but my sister in love, as they say. I also want to you always tell people that I'm the one who keeps you organized. I was thinking about it, and I actually want to restructure that. I feel like I am an organized person, but the way that I imagined it, because I was thinking about it this morning, I picture you on this bridge, right? And it's completely covered with fog. And you're the person who takes those steps onto that bridge, that scary bridge. You don't know what's in front of you. I'm the person who's holding that flashlight to like help you plan a few steps ahead. And so I'm going to be there for you for the long haul. I'll be your flashlight.
Oh, thank you, Cher. I told you we were going to try today. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, without that flashlight, who knows where I would end up, because I joke around all the time that I build the plane while it's flying. So thank goodness I have a mechanic with me that is fixing things along the way, because who knows what would happen. All right, I have fun questions for you guys, and I only have 3. Oh, there is a 4th bonus that I thought would be fun to do this panel style where I'll ask and we'll take turns answering. So let's start with Ashley and we'll like go around. I know. Sorry, Ashley. I know if you're ready. What is something that you are most proud of? And let's say like recently, like in the last 3 to 5 years, what are you most proud of for achieving either personally or professionally?
Good question. And I gave me that time frame because I was like, if you say like 10 years, we're going to have to talk, Rose. Okay. Within that time frame, I would probably say, so professionally, it was the light bulb went off for me in knowing my worth, because that put me in different rooms. And I have had a career in nonprofits and probably 17 and a half plus years. And the last 3 years, thinking of pandemic and what actually happened, I was actually laid off, which was only watering the seed to me to launch my consulting agency. But it was understanding that that season no longer served me anyhow. So it was then saying, okay, well, then what are you going to do about it? So take your skill set, tap into your network and go for it. And so professionally, it was what I'm most proud of is understanding my worth in what rooms that I should be in and what rooms I should be leaving. Because that has just skyrocketed my entire career to now I'm living the best life that I'm envisioning for myself every day. So that's professionally, and also just personally, I just feel like as a human being, I've been able to grow and tap into capacities that I'd never had imagined myself before, but with a strong support system and loving husband and amazing kids. I know that and friends, I can't do it by myself. So to be able to be have me and my friends' prayers, to having a mother that prays for me, and it's like from a little girl, you know how mom say, well, you know, she or he's not for you, and you're like, mama, no, literally, like I thank her for those prayers. You know what I mean? Because it really has just my life has been so fruitful. So within that time frame, to be able to narrow down, I would say both professionally and personally, those have been 2 that really stand out about me as an individual. So
did you have something else planned that you were going to say? Or no?
No.
Okay.
I love the questions. I just didn't know the time frame that you were considering, but I was going to mention it has been the last 3 years that have really, if the pandemic hadn't done nothing for nobody else, I can tell you right now, like I was like that guinea pig to go, oh, okay, I am laid off, and then had my corporate client 4 days later. I mean, and it was, if I would have stayed in that season, who would have known that I would have been as intentional or as courageous to understand it was time to move on.
I love that. And I think a lot of us have a post-pandemic story to share on how we've pivoted. Like you were saying, we pivot, right? Yesterday, you were telling me that. And how we pivoted and how it was a blessing for many of us in this room, that it forced us to elevate and rise and receive what was next. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, Joy, what's your most something that you're really proud of that you've achieved in the last 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, so I'd probably say, SOS Cosmetics, kind of taking in August, coming up with a concept with my, at the time, 4-year-old, as we were coloring and we were talking about how do we help women stay safe next. And she was kind of like, "You like lipstick, right, mommy?" I was like, "I raised you well. I do like lipstick, babe. Can we do lipstick?" And so, like, thinking through that idea and kind of frankly, working in this space for 13 years, being pissed off because I'm like, this issue actually is increasing by about 2.9% year over year. And we're not coming up with innovative solutions to help keep us safe. And we're raising more babies up in the way that the world is. And I'm like, I'm not okay with that. And so, yeah, coming up with this idea of SOS Cosmetics, when you're working in your business, you don't always look at from the external, like looking outside, looking in. And it was sweet because I was talking with one of my advisors and he's like, I think you need to understand, like, bringing a product from concept to market in 15 months with a scientific component and a tech component, essentially. He's like, you should probably know that that's a big deal. So I guess that's a big deal. So I'm proud of that.
It is a big deal, girl. It's a big
That's awesome.
It's a big.
Do you have a sample with you to show us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys have to see this thing. I don't think Jen has seen it yet.
Mm-mm.
Maria,
No,
have you
you
seen
told
this?
me about it.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it. I've seen the website and stuff like that.
So basically, our first product, so it's, as you heard, it's SOS, but it's spelled ESOES, kind of covert. And so it's real lipstick. This one's one of the glosses, which is called It's Not the Dress. And then covertly placed in the bottom are drug testing strips. So you can literally put a drop of your drink, either dipping it or
I'm going to make you
drop,
big for a moment. Hold on. There we go. Okay.
or putting a drop on your from your straw onto this right here. And then we have a panic button on the bottom, which is right there. And that connects to a customizable safety app. So in our app, it initially just looks like this, but when you place your finger over it, it goes into safety mode. Let's see. Sometimes you can see, sometimes you can't. And so basically, come on.
I could see it a little, like there. That angle is good.
Yeah. Then you can go in the app and you can pre-save like a text message that can be sent with a push of a button, a phone call that can be sent with a push of a button. You can start recording what's going on with the push of a button. You can send your exact location coordinates. So it'll actually show, like, if you're like, say you're in the mall, it won't just like send it to the mall. It'll send like your exact location of where you are. See the lipstick right there? So that'll show. I'm not going to go in further because then you can see where I live. And but yeah, then you get to take your contacts in our actions and set up what 1 push, 2 pushes, or 3 pushes does. So we are just a few weeks away from shipping and our app being in the App Store and our product being in folks' hands. And that'll include the drug testing strips. Our first pack will be for beer and seltzer pack. And then it tests for benzodiazepines like roofies and Xanax and all the things people use to often spike folks' drinks. But we really envision it as an overall partner in safety, really like your own safety ally. You can get emergency services called. You can call your own contacts. You can, the different features that I shared, even a really loud alarm, you can push it and it'll do that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And, way far back, as far as we can go, we see that this has been an issue for women who've come before us, women in lipstick wearers. And so it's time to take that torch and really do something to end this epidemic and to start really keeping us safe. And we say bringing drunk girl bathroom energy to the table, because we should start taking care of each other like drunk girls in a bathroom. And pull that toilet paper off someone's shoe, or hug someone who's crying, or hold someone's drink, all the things that we do, but taking that into everyday life of really elevating and supporting one another as women.
Joy, that is so amazing. And as soon as I heard about your product, I was like, more people need to know about this because it is so awesome. And I cannot wait. So if someone wanted to order or pre-order one, where would they go?
Yep. You can just go to our website, what's on my screen there, soscosmetics.com. And you can pre-order and then you'll be in the first batch. So you get to test it first.
That's so exciting. You guys, I've seen this in person and them lipstick colors are real lipstick colors. They're awesome. And what's the purple one called again?
The one I have on, it's hell yes. Because our slogan is if it's not a hell yes, it's a no.
Oh, awesome. Well, I love your mission and I love everything about that. And that it is helping women take control back and having some type of safety plan in place. Just having that. What is my safety plan? That is so good for all women, but our young women too, because as they go off into the world, our teens and our college age girls, that's not something that they probably would have thought of as putting a safety plan into place when I'm out in the world. So I'm just so grateful and thankful that you put so much thought into it. It's not just let's test the drink. There's so many components to it that it's very, very powerful. So that's amazing. Awesome. Maria, you're next. What are you most proud of that you've accomplished personally or professionally in the last 3 to 5 years?
Personally, it would definitely be the gym. I tell you all the time. It was something that I've wanted to do for the past 3-4 years. I finally did. Now being 5 to 6 days a week, like 8:30, 8 a.m. I'm at the gym. I get that done. I don't like pushing it for the afternoon because I know me. I'll find excuses. I never put myself first. I put work and everybody else before me. So next thing you know, it's 3:30 and I've given myself extra tasks and we won't make it out. So I get it done early in the morning. So I'm definitely very proud of myself for that. I joke that like J-Lo at 50, I'm gonna, have that body.
Yeah,
she
you
can
are.
do it. If she could do it, I could do it. Professionally, it would definitely be kind of similar, like to my bio. Like I, when I was going to doing the pre-pharmacy stuff and trying to be a pharmacist, it was always the impression of that's the easy way. Sure, you go to school for a few years, but then you're a pharmacist and you're making all this money and you could do whatever you want. But along the line, you're like not happy. Being in the restaurant industry, yes, it's 24/7. I don't have an 8 to 5. I don't have a Monday through Friday. But I'm so happy. Like I go to bed as exhausted and physically exhausted. I wake up so excited to go do it all over again, go come up with new recipes, train new employees, deal with all that stuff that comes with being in the restaurant industry. And start where we started from and where we are. And like Ashley mentioned, during the pandemic, we technically ended up relocating a location and opened up a new location all within the last 2 years. Any other time we would have probably been scared and thought like the economy's not good. There's the pandemic, like let's not take risks. But I've learned you actually just take that risk. Like it will work out. It'll happen. You just have to do it.
Can we talk about that a little bit? Because I kind of want to, I love the part about taking risks during uncertain times. So tell me a little bit about, because I want to know the nitty gritty. When you opened that second restaurant, so just so you guys, is it okay if I talk about your one on Sahara? Like, I don't know if it's like
of course. I knew.
So she calls it her commissary kitchen, and that restaurant turned into your prep kitchen for all of your locations. And I was like, how smart is that you guys found a spot that you can be so much more efficient and to run your business, but also they can walk up and order, right? It's a walk up too.
Yep. It's a digital, some call it ghost kitchen, some call it digital kitchen, but yeah, you can take food.
Tell me a little bit about how you guys came up with that and how you found that location.
So yeah, we definitely had to do something during the pandemic when everything was shut down. Our original location on Maryland Parkway across from UNLV was shut down. And, that staff had to get dispersed between my other stores, and we had record-breaking numbers during COVID. It was like at the same time, it was like so exciting for me, but very sad because you're thinking like all these restaurants closing, other businesses, people losing their jobs. But here I am, like record-breaking numbers, 2 to 3 times more sales than the previous year or the previous month. And it came to a point where we would get our deliveries every single day because we didn't have enough refrigeration space to prep the chicken to have enough ready for the next day. We'd be running out of food and things like that. So we had to quickly find a place that would get us a big enough kitchen to handle all that. And my brother was looking, so he's my partner in this right now. My uncle started it, but my brother and I run and operate it. And he started asking around real estate agents trying to find something. Somebody had suggested him to share a space with a pizza restaurant. And then we remembered my uncle's best friend had a pizza restaurant that was just sitting there empty because they couldn't get it to work. And we pretty much took over, gutted the whole thing. It was such a beautiful restaurant. Gutted the whole dining area, converted it to our kitchen. They had a whole kitchen line, like a grill, fryer, everything set up too. So we figured, why not? Like all the food's there already. And we got ourselves a refrigerated van. Now every day my guys prep all day over there. In the next morning, I've got a driver with our van that runs around to all the other locations, drops off all the meats and the sauces and the marinades, whatever it be. And then everything just gets made fresh at the stores at that point.
I love that so much. And just so you guys know, the food there is so awesome. And I have clients that come to me and they're like, we keep going back because it's just fresh and the ingredients are quality, and you've held a high standard for your restaurant so that so I've been to 2 of your locations. I have to brag on you. And the staff is trained the same, which you don't see that in a lot of like multiple locations. The staff is trained to say the same, and they're very attentive. So the customer comes first, and I've noticed that. And so not only is the food great, but you guys have done a great job developing your team members, because that's really, really important. Where's your newest location? Share with us where we can visit you.
Well, the newest one is Blue Diamond in Decatur. We just opened in November. Soft opening was in November, December. We did our big grand opening. It's celebrating our 25 years in Las Vegas, and June will be the official 25 years. We've branded our logo a little bit, rebranded it. So we've got like a cute little S right now going. And we're going to have a big party. I will keep you all posted, and you guys have to join us for that party we're going to be doing. It's going to be all day specials. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We'll have to go and support. And then where are your other locations in case we don't come back around?
So yeah, definitely. Technically our second store was our Henderson location, which is in off of Horizon Ridge in Eastern. And then our next store was the Fort Apache location, located between, I would say, like Russell and Sunset on Fort Apache. Mm-hmm. And then the commissary is basically the replacement of our original location. We just moved from the UNLV location off Maryland Parkway to Sahara and Eastern. So like I said, there you could just order deliveries, take out, go in and pick it up, or have it delivered to you from that location. The other 3 have dine-in options and stuff.
So another big part of your business is catering. And I just have to plug you a little bit because I'm going to order a catering order for my meal prep. And I don't know why it took me like a year of knowing you to figure this out, that I'm like, you have grilled steak, grilled chicken, vegetables, salads. Why am I not just getting meal prep from you? So I checked out your catering menu this last weekend. I showed it to my mom. My mom's like, all right, you and I are going to split a full tray of this, and this. We've planned our order so that we're
awesome.
covered. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you.
Jen. So tell me, what are you most proud of for achieving in the last 3 to 5 years?
Sure. I guess in a mix of personal and professional, just my development as an athlete. I've been weightlifting for a really long time, but it's, as you know, because we've competed together, just in the last maybe like 1.5 to 2 years, I've really just like amplified my competition experience by competing as a master's athlete at national level competitions, which since I've been lifting has always been my goal. And it's kind of crazy that it took this long to get here, but it's really cool that it happened. So I definitely think that has allowed me to grow in just myself as an athlete, and also my experience as a coach. So I've definitely gotten a lot of value out of being competitive. And in terms of what I'm most proud of personally, just in the last 3 to 5 years, just my own journey of finding like a resilient inner peace of like being okay with being alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I think, I'm sure all of you ladies know just like the angst that comes with being young, being in your 20s, and then just trying to figure out who you are, like figure out what life is about. And you kind of have that like low level anxiety of like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. And just really in like my 30s and the last few years, I've really grown into what that means to just be okay being myself and like just existing. I think, I don't know, anyone who knows me knows I love to get existential about everything. So I think these are my thought process all the time, but just, enjoying the experience of being alive and knowing that regardless of whether I do anything, whether I accomplish anything or I don't, I'm still like a valid, like worthy human that deserves to like enjoy the experience of life and all that it encompasses, like all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, just like experiencing life and being human. I think I've just like learned to be cool with that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, these are words of wisdom are giving me life today. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I needed to hear that message. And that's why I have brought you guys together, is there is somebody watching right now that they need to hear you and they need to hear your message, because you guys are all amazing, and we're all humans, like you said, and we're all valued, and we have a value in this world, whether we accomplish something big or just existing and being you. So I love it. Sherry, you're next. What are you most proud of for achieving recently?
I'll start with personal, because I think that's where it leads to professional. I would say personal wise, the thing I'm most proud of is working on the under the surface layer parts of me, my mental and emotional well-being. I've done a lot of therapy within the last year or so, and that has been amazing for me and my family. And it's just, I wish it was more available to more people. But that for me led me to be able to open up this business at the beginning of this year, because I've been growing since like for the last 5 years, right? It's a constant. You either aren't growing or you are. And 5 years ago, I had this awareness of I'm not happy where I'm at. I had my third child. I wasn't happy with my body. I wasn't happy as a mom, although I appreciate being a mom and I know there's so much work that goes into it. I know that I was meant for more on top of being a mom. And working on the mental and emotional part has just opened these other doors for me. Being able to speak with you guys, being on this panel of all these amazing, beautiful women who've accomplished so much, and I'm just starting. So like, it's never too late to start. 100% just go after it, because what's the best thing that could happen to you, right? Like, we usually think of what's the worst thing that could happen, and that leads you down these negative, I'm leaving my family, I'm not there for them enough, what if I fail as a business owner? And I'm kind of jumping to one of your other questions, but
That's okay.
Yeah. What if the question was, what's the best thing that could happen? And if that answer, which it has been for me through these last 5 years, it's been exciting, it's been new. And like, aging doesn't mean you're coming to this end. Aging should mean that there are these new opportunities and new beginnings for us. So there's just so much I'm thankful for.
Thank you for sharing that. That is a great seg to like, what are you doing with your business? And then also, what would you say to someone thinking about starting something new or going after a goal?
So when I started my business 1/1 of this year, I thought of it, I don't know, I wanted to do something and I had to pick something, right? But really, it could evolve into whatever. I started out thinking I'd want to be a decluttering coach, But there's more to that. I've been working with Rose for these past years, and I have so much experience and value in my virtual assistant services, aka online secretary.
Well, more than that. I mean, you've learned a
Yes,
lot of technology too.
Right. I'm summing it up into one thing that's easy for people to understand.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I've been a front desk person for the 10 plus years in the dental field, but I know like picking something, and as you say, Rose, I'm building the airplane as I go. So I'm starting out in the decluttering aspect, but it can evolve. I don't know where it'll lead me, but I'm just excited for this journey.
I love that you're saying that even though right now you're a decluttering coach, you know that this can evolve into something else. And I think some people are afraid to put themselves out there because they're like, I don't want to be stuck in that box, or maybe I don't know, but I just love the point of view that you put it in, that like it's here, but it could evolve and I'm here for it. And I'm going to embrace that. Who knows? Like maybe I like help people declutter their businesses. Like, I know I'm just in, I love talking entrepreneurship, but like maybe from your experience learning, working with me and decluttering coaching, you help other business owners saying like, we need to get really clear on your message, your delivery. We need to get this, I mean, the sky is the limits, because of all the skills that you have. So I'm just really proud of you for launching something into space, because not enough people will recognize their strengths and that make that into a business. And I think that some people get held back into what they're not good at, that they don't even start the thing. But if you recognize these are the things that I am good at, these are my strengths, how can I lean into this to make it not only a profitable business, but something I'm passionate about doing? So passionate, profitable, and also who knows, like these things will benefit me and my family in some way. So thank you so much for sharing. Yes, please do.
If you're passionate about it, it will naturally and automatically be successful and really well.
Yeah. Yes.
You just gotta, that love that you put in it will just naturally make it all happen.
Mm-hmm. One of the reasons why I have all of us in this room together is that we're all entrepreneurs. And so I love speaking with entrepreneurs and even just career-driven women, because I feel like it's exciting to support each other in our ideas and our growth. And also like sometimes, who knows, like today we might walk away with some like new ideas for ourselves, that we get inspired by something just by being in the same room. So that being said, because we could talk forever. What is your one tip? Sherry, I feel like unless you wanted to elaborate, I want to see if everyone could leave their one tip for someone who's thinking about taking a risk and starting something new. What's your piece of advice? Maria, do you want to take over?
Don't be scared. Like right now, between me and my brother, we joke that we're like, that's it. We're going to stop at 4 because there's so much to do. But just last week, I think I had mentioned to you, Rose, we got an email about a possible spot in Centennial.
Yes! Oh my, I know. Ashley's like, yeah.
And every thought that, automatically it's like, oh my gosh, like we're already struggling with staffing, like food costs right now is so expensive, like all these things. But we always kind of just stop and tell each other, like, just do it. Like Nike has it down. Just do it. Like it will happen.
Have the best quote.
Yeah, right. Like I mentioned, like if it's something you truly love and you like, it will just happen on its own and it'll be successful because of the love and passion you put into it.
Really quick before I get Joy, one of the things that you said that I like literally quoted and I share it everywhere. When you were starting your fitness journey, I mean, you were looking at that 4th restaurant, you're managing all this stuff. You're very close to your family. You love to travel. Like Maria's got a full life. Like you got a lot going on. And then to say, I need to put my health and fitness a priority. And in the beginning, you were scared. You're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like I work all the time and I have all these things. And I remember it was like baby steps because you're like, I don't sleep, bros. Like, I don't even know when do I sleep? When do I wake up? Like, when do I get all this stuff? But eventually, one of the things that you said is nothing has burned down yet. So even though you found the time, nothing fell apart, nothing burned down, work kept doing work, the business kept growing, and you became a better person by just carving out that little bit of time.
Yes.
Because you said that making time for your health and fitness actually made you a better leader in your job. And I was like, can I share that with people? Because I think
I handle stress differently now because, I guess through the workouts, I've gotten it out and my mind is clearer and nothing bothers me anymore. Sometimes I laugh at problems that come up. I'm like, okay, bring it.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Joy, what's your one tip for a woman our age thinking of starting something new?
Yeah, my biggest tip I would say is find your why and find your value. Because with your why, like you need to have, like Maria's saying, like just do it, but know that like you're going to be tested constantly. You're going to feel inadequate. Someone's going to let you down. There's exterior things. Like I'm constantly waiting on scientists and engineers. I don't know how their business works at all. And so like, I always go back to, but what's my why? And is it worth it? Is this worth it? And then the value piece is like, if you don't know your value, other people will figure out your value and use it for their gain. And like like knowing who you are, which I loved, Jen, you were talking about like finding that value with, without expectation of what are you doing, but who you are. And honestly, like in entrepreneurship, but just in the world, you will get chewed up and spit out so quickly. And so you have to stand firm in who you are, what your why is, and who your value is, or it will be easy to just kind of disconnect and quit.
I told you this is why it needs to be recorded, because there are going to be so many values bombs that we can repurpose in content, because the advice you guys are giving is amazing. So my dad is commenting on YouTube, and maybe Ashley, you can answer this one. He says, what do you have to do to get ahead? Do you have some advice on that?
What do you have to do to get ahead? So it comes back to self. It's knowing that you are worthy of everything you dream. You are worthy of you are worthy of what you are claiming is yours already. Okay.
Yes.
So to get ahead is telling self, yes, I can. Yes, I will. And this is how I'm going to boss up and do it.
Yes.
Literally, your camp, they don't have to understand it. And what I mean by that is you also have to look at your circle, and it comes back often that it's you that understands you the most. So look for validity in anything anybody else is saying, because they're not the one dreaming. It is you. It's been put in you to execute. So what do you have to do to get ahead is really know how to turn things back to getting the attention off of what everybody else and kind of, shutting down the noise to circling it back to yourself to understand that you are worthy of every positive thing that you are thinking for yourself, your business, your family, your coins, otherwise your finances. You just got to know that you're worthy of it all. And it really, your mindset will set you apart from everybody else.
Yes. Know your worth and be willing to do it no matter what anybody thinks. And I love that so much. Jen, do you have one piece of advice for anyone thinking about making a change or taking a risk for themselves?
Yeah, I would say to find a good support system, whatever that is, if that's like in your health and fitness, finding like a coach or a trainer to work with, or finding a gym with like-minded people. I mean, I think for me, like connection and community is like, that's the juice of life, you know, like you really get to feel the fullness of life when you're connecting with other people. And then on top of that, when you have people around you who are supporting you and championing you, like even you, like just in the short time that we've been working together, just like how much more confident I feel because I know that you believe in me also. And so that allows me to believe in myself. So find people, and like, you know, they're out there. There are other, you know, there's 6 of us here, women who like want to support each other. It's not all just, you know, being catty and all that. It's just, there are other women and other people out there who will support you. And I think that that's important to just help lift each other up. And that will help. I mean, that will help anytime you need to make a big decision or make a change in your life.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up about like meeting people and support. So, you know, when I started to work away from the home and I worked at Lifetime, the first person I met who was like someone I admired, well, not like the only person, but someone that I was like, oh, she is a boss. Lynn Marie Stewart. She became a client of mine. Yeah. And I just loved her energy. And when I found out, like at the time she was having these like coffee get-togethers with other women, I was like, how do I get invited to something like that? And if I wanted to elevate myself, I decided like I had to put myself in rooms where people were doing good things. And so it was like, even if I had to invite myself to these things, I felt like if I wanted to elevate and I wanted to do something cool and I wanted to build my business, I wanted to evolve into a new person, I wanted to be in the rooms where people were doing that. Because if we're just at home dreaming and pining away of what could happen, it's going to take forever to get off the ground. Like it is really important to be around other people who are doing the thing that you want to do. And so that's how I'm here right now. That's how the magic of bringing us all together, because by way of Lynn, I met Ashley. I found out Ashley was doing these types of women empowerment events, which that's like my first experience of like, oh, these are a thing that like people like get together and like empower and lift each other up and walk away inspired. And you can make cool friends in the process. So yeah, find that support. That's such a great tip.
I wanted to just mention just a few other, and I know you said one, but
it's okay.
So write the vision and make it plain. So a lot of people are like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. And this becomes the storage.
Mm-hmm.
So write the vision and make it plain, which goes into a goal not written down is a goal not achieved. Seriously. If you don't write it down, you have to write it down so that you can reference, you can go back and go, oh my God, like I literally wrote this and look how far I've come when it was a scary thought, writing it down, but then it's scary and that's the known. It's scary. That is the known. So if you know that, just do it. Like Maria, like Nike genius. Because just do it, words that are simple, that it sounds cliche, but let me tell you,
it'll happen.
It's scary. So if you know it's scary and you won't have all the answers, but you're open for growth, you're open to getting into areas and arenas that you may not feel comfortable. Okay. Don't look for the invite. If it says networking, whatever, show up. Don't even know somebody that's attached to it, or you may just go, because it will bless you in ways that people will be they'll be open to support you. There'll be growth conversations. It's just awesome. So those 3 things I wanted to make sure I mentioned, because it's truly helped me in my business.
It's so true. And then my dad, if it were easy, everybody would do it. So you have to do what others are not willing to do. Yes.
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
Sherry, did you have a one tip, or did you?
Yeah. Like to come off of what Ashley was saying, don't wait for it to be perfect either. Because I do something like you just mentioned. I have a manifestation binder, and whatever is in my head, I write it down, and I can look back as if it's a scrapbook of in that timeline of my life, this was what I was looking forward to. And whether or not I accomplished it, that was a piece of me that I can look back and say, wow, look how amazing, look how far I dreamed, and look how much I did get done. So don't wait for it to be perfect. Just put it down and then see where it takes you. Build that airplane as you go.
Thank you so much. And
I'd like to,
go ahead.
Sorry, I'm going to
ahead.
add to that. And it kind of goes back what Ashley was saying. Like, one of the things with me and you, Rose, remember in the very beginning, I started with nutrition and fitness. And the first few phone calls we'd have, I'd be like, well, I didn't work out this week, but I did eat correctly, you know? So take it a day at a time. Like, you know, in the past, if I didn't do my 3 workouts, I'd be like, okay, whatever. And then I would just quit. But now my mentality is a day at a time. Like, if I didn't work out today, that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean I failed completely. I still have tomorrow. I still have the next day. Just get back up and do it. So if something fails or didn't go the way you want it to go, don't let it mean that that's it. This is never going to work out. Just go back and do it something differently tomorrow, and then baby steps, and you'll get to where everything is combined and gets done together.
Yes. Thank you for interrupting me and sharing that, because that is a good gem. And I know I promised to keep this at an hour, and we're at 55 minutes. But there was a fun question I wanted to throw at you guys that I did not put in your emails. See, I'm telling you, I need to develop a podcast. I keep saying that because I love interviewing other people. It's cake time. Ooh. So we're gonna have cake that Maria so lovingly made herself, and the awesome thing about this tiramisu is that she has been testing this for the restaurant, so we get to have first dibs on a new recipe that no one else in the restaurants have. Oh, look, I love how you guys are all showing it off. I'm eating my spatula that I cut my so just so you guys know, Maria made me a big one so I could share with the kids. So I had to cut it, and I used the spatula. So
I love that Ashley said earlier that she's not sharing with the kids. She's not sharing. It's all for you.
I love tiramisu too, and you didn't even know that was like one of my favorites.
No, it's just...
And I was like, "You're gonna make a tiramisu?" Yes. But while we're eating and celebrating, this is a question I ask all of my new clients. I'm going to ask you guys because it's going to be so much fun. It's my favorite question to ask.
So good.
So,
Delicious.
Maria, you picked okay. This is
Cheers.
all right.
Thank you.
You should probably give it a moment for reaction too. Where's your cake, Maria?
I'm here. I'm nervous now. Joy said, "What is your why?" Why? So I don't know if this is. It's my personal why, I guess. Maybe it's because I'm a Libra, and everything to me has to be fair, and everyone has to be happy. And my why, I think, like right now, just seeing everyone enjoying this, I'm just so happy. Like, that's all that matters, you know.
Girl.
So, and it's.
This is so good.
Yeah,
I had to type.
That's it. I'm good. Today is a great day. Like
Christine in Las Vegas said, "What is the name of the restaurant?" I just typed it in the comments, and she says she's a Libra too.
Yeah, but
this is
seeing
so
customers walk out happy and satisfied, like that's it. That's all I need. You know, I can have something can go really bad for me personally or with the work, but just that one person that comes and says, "That was amazing. That was really good. Thank you so much. I'm set. I'm good. I'm enough."
Oh my gosh, my kids and I are absolute favorite, which I'm trying to limit right now for myself. But our absolute favorite is what do you call it? But it's like the fries. What is it called?
Loaded fries.
The loaded fries. Oh
I knew that's
gosh.
where you were going.
What the thing is that everything that's in that bowl works. So there's like a little kale salad in there too on the fries. Who knew that kale salad on fries? And
then it's healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
That makes
All
the whole
goes
meal
together.
healthy.
Exactly, right? Like now I can have fries whenever I want it because kale.
Yeah.
I really want to know what you put in the rice because it's unbelievably delicious.
No, you don't. No, you don't, Joy. Maria and I already had this conversation because I asked her, I said, "Is there any way I can order plain rice for my meal prep because I know there's a cost.
Mhm.
For those who
It's
are
just
tracking macros,
butter and chicken broth. So
it's the butter, baby.
we don't do just
Yes.
plain water.
That's
chicken
awesome.
broth and of course butter. Yeah.
So my fun question for all of you, if you and I, maybe since Maria's not eating, she has to answer first. If you and I were on the beach a year from now sipping Mai Tais, and you said to me, Rose, this has been the best year of my life, what would you say you accomplished by a year from now?
Can it be like a fizz? Like
I'm first.
Go ahead. Ash.
No, Maria, go ahead.
Rose, right now my biggest goal, my biggest challenge personally is weight loss. And the reason why I kind of finally started with Rose, I was telling her over the past 10 years, I've gradually gained weight. And every year I wanted to lose that 10 pounds that I lost. Instead, I would gain an additional 10. Where over the 10, 12 years span, I had gained 100 pounds. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, like it's no longer we got to lose 10 pounds. It's now we got to lose 100 pounds. So we're at 35, 40 pounds. So this year, hopefully next year, my number is I've lost the 80 pounds or I've lost 100 pounds while I'm having a pina colada. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be having a pina colada because I deserve it.
Heck yeah. You've been working so hard too. I love that. So Christine Gorlin, oh my OMG, I love Stefano's. We're ordering there tonight.
Yay.
Okay.
Good choice.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's not on the menu.
Not yet.
Dang it. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Maybe if I keep getting phone calls, my brother will be like, hey, we need to put this on already.
Heck yeah.
You should.
Exactly.
Yeah, people keep pushing it.
Who's ready? Who's next? Is it Ashley?
I'll go.
Okay.
So I don't know if I would say by the end of the year, but within this next year, I know this will happen because I'm just going to speak it. So in terms of our platform and its reach, and given that we have events and have consulting services and all of that good stuff in our youth empowerment program, it is actually to expand to 2 states. These states have been knocking. It's just been, when you think as an entrepreneur capacity, within this last 2 months, I made my first hire to be able to be in more schools. So it wasn't just Ashley saying, oh yeah, I'm in 12 schools, 12 at-risk schools that need you more often than you think they do. So I would say just to expand the reach to a couple of more states in the US and just expand from there. But it really is believing it, dreaming it, believing it, writing it down, and then seeing the magic happen. So
Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to dig this up a year from now and see where you guys are at. All right, Joy, you're next.
So our goal for this year is obviously to get our product to market and then to sell just over 66,000 units by the end of the year. And so that will include like a college tour for us to go to different colleges, but continuing to just expand across the US. I'm in Oregon tomorrow. I'm in New York in 2 weeks. Like we're just continuing to expand the mission and around it, and to go on Shark Tank and to win.
Oh my God. I want to see you on Shark Tank for sure. I'm so glad
I'll watch
we're
that
recording
episode.
this. Yes. I'm so
Can
glad
we be
we're
your models?
Jen, what would you love to say you accomplished in a year from now?
Just honestly, like getting my financial life in order. Like I'm a little bit of a free spirit, and I've been a free spirit in my life up until this point, and now I'm like, oh, I kind of have to get my shit together. So part of that is kind of focusing my energy on that and building my business as a strength and weightlifting coach. So I think that's going to be hand in hand, but really like just becoming more abundant and feeling like stable and confident financially.
Okay, so speaking of, Jen's located in the Southwest. So if anyone needs training, personal
Yes.
training, go
And
find
online
Jen.
too.
Yes,
Online
and
if you're not here in Vegas.
that's true. So she's
Yeah.
got virtual coaching too as well. Where can we find you on Instagram?
It's at jen.i.javier. Javier. So my name with the I in the middle.
I'll make sure after this wraps up, I'll drop your guys' handles in the comments everywhere, wherever this is streaming, so that people can find you guys. Sherry, it's your turn.
Okay, can you repeat the question?
Oh, what would you, a year from now, I have to change the question because Maria said I had to. If you and I are on the beach sipping pina coladas, and you said, Rose, this is the best year of my life, what would you say you accomplished?
So I think on a personal level, it's been on my bucket list for a while now. I want to, and if they're still doing this, I'm not sure. I want to climb the Strat here in Vegas. I just haven't had the courage to do it by myself, and usually people do it with a group or through a company. So, and I have to train for it. So that's something that's been on my list for a while.
When's your birthday? Maybe we'll do it for your birthday.
Well, the Strat thing doesn't happen till like February unless they've changed that date too. So it's every February.
So we have to wait till February. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then professional wise, a year from now, we'd be celebrating probably having new clients and a better idea of where I'm going with this business.
I like that. That's a great goal. I'm going to share because my birthday. And so I get wild. I was just telling Maria this too. I get wild with my dreams. I dream too big, but I think that's okay because even if you land somewhere in the middle, you still rocked it. Yeah. So like 3 weeks ago, right now, okay, first of all, I'm celebrating that I have 25 active clients. And that's like, there's probably more than that, but it's 25 that are like training, communicating. There's more that, you know, people go on breaks and life stuff and whatever, but I'm celebrating that I have 25 active clients. But I was telling Maria like 3 weeks ago, I was like, what if I get 41 clients by the time I turn 41, which that's tomorrow. So, so I'm going to put it out there in the universe that I'll have 41 active clients by the end of my 41st year. So I'll give myself a full year for that. I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's a fun goal to like put out there to impact so many other people. And also just, I don't know, I like numbers and like playing with numbers and stuff like that. So 41 new members of Fit and Confident Academy by the time I'm 41, which Fit and Confident Academy has grown so much and evolved into something I'm super proud of. And, you know, it's beyond fitness and nutrition. And that's what I'm like super proud of is that, you know, I'm not a life coach, so I can't call it life coaching. Maybe I'll cross that path one day, but I truly believe that I help people change from the inside out. And so I'm so proud of the program that I put together and where it has evolved from. And now I'm at a place where like my clients have become my raving fans. And I'm just so grateful that they spread the word that, you know, yes, Rose is a fitness coach, but let me explain. There's more to it than that. And I'm like, I go, one of these days I have to film a video of like what it is, like what is it that I do. But yeah, so that's my goal for a year from now. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me on my birthday and Maria making cake for all of us to enjoy and delivering it for me too, because she split it in half. So she took people on her side of town and then I took care of the people on my side of town. And Liza says, by the way, because we ended up with an extra. And so I was like, I told Liza I was going to share my cake with her, and then I'm like, oh, but you get your own now. So she was so
She messaged
happy.
me today too. She was so excited.
Oh, good.
And I'm really happy that she was able to get one too. Like,
yeah, she's like, because I told her that you were making it, and she's like, oh, did you get one for me? Did you? I'm your best friend, and you didn't know that tiramisu is my favorite. And she really made me feel bad. So I was like, I'll give you a piece, okay? And then then when she showed up with an extra because I got the number wrong, I was like, oh my God. Liza can have her own cake.
Liza manifested it.
I know, right? She did. Thank you guys so much for coming. Like I said, if you want to get in touch with any of these amazing ladies, we'll drop their handles in the comments below. Make sure you're following them. All of us are doing big things, have exciting events happening. Actually, you have something coming up at the end of the month. So make sure, did you want to talk about that, or is it not final?
We'll make an announcement on social media, but definitely follow because it's coming like any moment now. So
yeah. And we got to get those pre-orders in for Joy. You guys got to come help the mission. You need how many pre-orders?
60.
Well, I mean, 1 million, but no.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
We'll be shipping our first 1,000 units in the
Nice.
yeah. So get in on the first 1,000 so you can get in quick
and be a part of amazing mission. So yes, thank you guys so much. Make sure you follow Jen, Sherry, Maria, Ashley, and have an amazing week, amazing month. And we will talk soon at our next Tuesday talk. This is Coach Rose rooting for you to say that it's all about me in 2023. Me as in you. Go out there and get after those goals.
happy birthday, Rose.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. Okay, so